This week we're looking at what a $1 million home looks like in Torrance, California. What's up, everybody? Shane Inman here, a local real estate agent in Southern California, helping families move here from all over the world. So if that is somebody like you, then be sure to reach out and give me a call, email, text, anything, just to help you get started in the search. I have people moving here all the time, and it's never too early to get started in your search. And I'd love to help you find the home you're looking for. All right, so as I mentioned, today we're checking out homes around $1 million in Torrance, California, and what that really looks like. And it's going to be different in different areas of Torrance. Torrance is obviously very big. So Torrance borders Redondo Beach and Palos Verdes, and you're near Carson and Lomita and Gardena and Hawthorne and Lawndale. So kind of all throughout the South Bay here. Torrance is a very big city and encompasses a good part of the South Bay. And so you're going to have different styles of homes in different parts of Torrance. For instance, if you're really trying to be close to the beach, so you've got like South Torrance and West Torrance, and in South Torrance you're also getting like the Hollywood Riviera section of Torrance. So you're getting these homes that are up on a hillside, and that's going to be very expensive. You're probably not going to get a home with a view for under or near $1 million in the South Bay. But if your goal is to be near the beach as close as possible while being in Torrance, there are some options for South Torrance and West Torrance. But these homes are going to be older, and so if you're looking for location and that's what your key search is, you're going to have to kind of expect that it's going to be a home that's going to need a lot of work. Many of these homes were probably built in the 1950s, and if they haven't been updated or remodeled, they probably are going to be a smaller footprint. So the overall square footage of the home might be small, and the bedrooms might be on the smaller side, and just the home might feel a little bit more closed off. It's not going to necessarily be one of those open concept type of homes where the kitchen's opened up to the living room. So that's something to consider with West Torrance at around $1 million. So I often have people reaching out and they're like, hey, my budget's right around $1 million. I can't go above that, but I want to be as close to the beach as possible. And we start looking at homes and they see what you get is not going to be a newer, updated big home for $1 million in South or West Torrance. And so oftentimes they start looking at more towards North or Old Torrance. And so, yes, you might find some homes in North or Old Torrance that are maybe older homes as well, but they've been updated and remodeled for that same price. So maybe somebody purchased it, either purchased it a long time ago and did some updates as they went, or maybe it was purchased at a lower price and remodeled. So like I said, as far as affordability goes, if you're looking for more updated and maybe a newer looking home as opposed to a home that was built in the 50s that hasn't been remodeled, you're probably going to have more options for around $1 million or under in the North Torrance or North Torrance or Old Torrance section of town. All right, so the main reasons I hear people moving here, well, obviously is, okay, I'm moving for a job, but the reason they want this community is they always say they're searching for the right school, the right neighborhood, or just the right, feel of the neighborhood as far as, is it a busy street or is it a more quiet neighborhood? And so you can find all those in all areas of Torrance, whether it be North Torrance or Old Torrance or West Torrance or South Torrance. And you just have to keep in mind what is the priority. So anywhere in Torrance is going to be part of the Torrance Unified School District. And so they're either going to be feeder schools going to North Torrance High School, feeder schools going to South Torrance High School, West Torrance High School, or Torrance High School. And so out of that, they're all part of Torrance Unified School District. But within Torrance, you also have streets that are busier versus streets that are little tucked away neighborhoods. So if you want that more neighborhood quiet feel, then you're probably not going to want something on a real busy street. But on that same stance, you might get more updated and more unique home on a busier street than you might get on a quieter neighborhood. It might be this, a little bit less updated for the same price. And so a key thing to think about is just what's your daily life looking like? Are you needing to commute into downtown for work? Do you stay in this area? I mean, when I first moved down to the South Bay, I really didn't leave it. I was like, man, this is great. Why do I want to get in traffic and go to downtown or go to some city that's 5 miles away but takes 30 minutes to get to, or 10 miles away and takes an hour to get to, when I can just stay here and hang out by the beach and visit the local restaurants and shops. And I think that's a great way of living life. But at the same time, if you know that your life needs to be financed by your job, getting into downtown or going somewhere, then you want to make sure that your location makes sense for what your daily commute is going to look like. And so something like North Torrance, where you're closer to freeways, might be a good option, where you can still find some quieter neighborhoods, but you also can be closer to get on freeway ramps. Whereas when I'm trying to get from West Torrance onto a freeway, it's taking me 10 minutes just to get to the freeway. And then from the freeway, you're getting anywhere from 20, 30, an hour of traffic just to get to downtown. So those are all things to think about when looking at a home and what neighborhood you really want. Is it need to be by the beach? Does it need to be by a freeway? And what does your daily lifestyle look like? And every neighborhood is going to cater to that differently. And then is it a school? Do you need it to be the specific school? Or just are you okay with a busier street? If you're okay with a busier street, then you might be able to find a home that's a little bit more updated on that busier street. All right, and so $1 million property is going to look different everywhere. Somebody that's coming from Texas, when they're thinking about $1 million property, they're probably thinking about a mansion, especially if it's like a little small suburb of Texas. Whereas somebody that's used to downtown LA or San Francisco or somewhere that's a busy, expensive area, then $1 million may not be as updated and big of a space, and they're maybe a little bit more accustomed to that. So I have people reach out all the time about moving here, and I think they start their search with something in mind and this vision of, hey, this is what I want in a home. And then as they get further into the process, they end up changing their location a little bit because they realize, hey, this home does not exist in this neighborhood that I thought it was going to. So it's good to kind of create priorities on what you really want in your search, and then that's going to kind of create the area. So, Long Beach might have a home that is a little bit more affordable for what you're looking for, or Redondo Beach might be a townhome that you really like, and it's a little bit more updated, but you don't have a backyard. Or Torrance, like I said, maybe you're looking at a long-term home that's going to be by the beach and be what you want later down the road. But right now you got to put some time and money into updating it to get where you want it. All right, and then I thought we would finish this video with looking at a property that is a little bit above $1 million home, but I think it's a really good option because it has a ADU attached to it. So this home is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath on the inside, and then it also has a brand new converted garage to a apartment in the back unit as an ADU. And so, yes, it's above $1 million. It's $1,290,000 is what it's listed at. And obviously, right now, market's going up and down. It's really hard to tell what price is the accurate price. You want to study comps and figure out if the price makes sense. But it's also possible to get a property for lower if the seller is motivated and it has been on the market for a while. So it's good to look at different price ranges and just make sure that it makes sense within your budget. And then if it has rental income like this property, it could be a good option as well. So it's got a pool, it's been updated throughout the home, and then it has also been converted in the back unit so that you could have an income generating property while also paying your own mortgage. So thought this was a cool one to check out. And so I'll leave you with that. And like I said, if you are interested in moving to the South Bay and you'd like help getting started, I'd love to help you get started in finding your next home.